Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome on to today's episode of Winning Bets, where it's an absolute peach of a beautiful day to go ahead and make some money. Appreciate you guys kicking off Hump Day with me here, where we get to talk our sports and talk our sports betting as well. We'll, of course, make sure we recap yesterday and then dive on into the action today in the Champions League and in the Premier League as well. So tossing up that recap from yesterday, boy, we took one on the chin yesterday. We had 3 plays amongst the Champions League and Premier League yesterday, and we lost every single play by a goal. If you look at these 3 and you say, which one was maybe the toughest of all beats? Well, did you watch Manchester City yesterday take it on Brentford? They did the same thing they did back on February 5th. They were peppering the goal with tons of shots. In fact, they had 17 shots in the first half, with half a dozen of those finding the target. And we, of course, know that shots blocked by defenders don't count as shots on target, but they had a couple more if you want to count the blocked shots. You could talk about the missed opportunity. Ruben Diaz had a great opportunity with his head. Ruben Diaz also had a nice opportunity with his foot. You could talk about the 2 peach of a volleys Phil Foden had off a corner. The corners got cycled back to him. He was hanging around about the top of the 18, and he hit both of them absolutely clean as can be. And unfortunately for us, there was a defender right in the way, but there were 2 opportunities. 2 just glorious opportunities to go ahead and get a goal in the first half. One of them was by Bernardo. Rodri plays a ball out to Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker heads it into the box. It was kind of like right around the 6-yard box, and there's Bernardo. He gets a free header. Nobody's marking Bernardo whatsoever. The keeper's in the middle of the goal, so all he's got to do is find one of the 2 sides of the goal, and he's got an easy goal. And he pushes it wide with his head. So that one flashes wide of the post. And then the second opportunity really, really irritates you and will piss you off. Great move by Bob. And Oscar Bob just continues to show that his touches are top class. You obviously remember the touch he had against Newcastle in his game-winning goal where he worked it around the goalkeeper. Well, he juked a defender with a beautiful touch. Shot the ball on the target, goes past the keeper, so you think, shit, this thing's going to fly into the back of the net. And there's Ben Mee on the goal line with a goal line clearance. You just hope the guy that Ben Lee, lets it travel a little bit too far, and obviously the ball crosses the line, but Ben Mee does exactly what he does. He's on the goal line and he clears it. So that was it. I mean, that ball was headed for the back of the net, but Ben Mee's on to clear it. So tough one right there. One where you could, kind of live with the results. They had a ton of opportunities, obviously, in the first half. They don't get a goal, and they, of course, get the goal in the second half to win the game 1-0. And I was actually texting a buddy back and forth. I said, all right, I want to hit Man City on the live money line. And I kind of told him, I was like, minute 75, that's when I want to come in. It was like minus 170, minute 170. So I was trying to hold out for 5 more minutes. And Holland, unfortunately, did not give him the opportunity as what he scored in I think it was the 72nd minute. So just classic. I know Corey's kind of been bitching about that lately himself. He's been kind of holding out for a live bet, and you just get scooped by a couple minutes. I got scooped by a couple minutes yesterday, so unfortunate right there. We did hit our arbitrage play, though, in that game yesterday. Man City on the clean sheet. Look, they may be giving up goals, but you're not getting chances. Brentford gets a couple of counter-attacking opportunities, but not the greatest of looks. And, at the end, they didn't able to get a goal. So we did cash our arbitrage play. I mentioned I also had a unit on that. I don't know if anybody followed me along on either of those 2 plays, but it, sucked to obviously lose, the main play on the card. But I think some of you obviously were able to put some money in your pocket in that game. So that was all right there. PSV and Dortmund over 2.5 never gets there. We do hit the both teams to score. Opportunities, just didn't quite happen late in that game. We were goals short in that one. Then I let you on the double chance. That's the one where you look back and you always try to look and see where can you get better. I probably should have just done the under 2.5. We talked about it yesterday with Matt. I liked the under in that game. That's why I kind of liked that. Let's go on the double chance as well, because I saw the game being low scoring. There were chances, but not full-on clear-cut chances. The game was under easily. The game finished 1-0, and unfortunately Inter gets that late goal about the 75, 80th minute to go ahead and get them to win and sink our double chance. So obviously we drop all 3 plays on the day. We do scoop up some arbitrage. Again, we mentioned getting Man City on the clean sheet and also picking up one arbitrage play that won about $1.50 as well. So 2-2 this week on arbitrage plays. I think you guys can see we have a little bit of change in strategy in what we're doing with the arbitrage plays. So no surprise, we've kicked off the week on 2 for 2 on those plays. So let's head on to the comment section. Then let's talk about being live on Twitter. And let's talk about a free giveaway. A free giveaway. We haven't done one in a while. Let's go ahead and cook up one of those. So morning, fellas. Morning. Happy hump day to you, Corey and Brian. Let's have a great bounce back day. I'm feeling those vibes, Brian. Got a couple plays on the card. We added them to the card yesterday, so we know what today's plays are, but still looking good, still looking good. And you know what? We actually don't have CLV, and I'm just perfectly fine with that because we had CLV a couple weeks ago. We've been getting burned. Had it yesterday on that Man City score in both halves. CLV is not treating us in a short period. It's not treating us right. Maybe today not having a lot of CLV can result in some cashes for us. That would certainly be nice. That would certainly be nice. What's going on, Corey? Worked out. Had a lull at work. And TV time. Nice. Nice. Appreciate you can hang out with us. Let's go. Let's go. Morning, Bill. Morning, my man. Live bet beat again by a goal. I texted my buddy. As soon as it happened, I was like, classic. Like 3 minutes, like just holding out for 3 minutes. It would have been, it was like minus 170, I think, in the 70th minute. It probably drops to minus 160, minus 155. Probably should have just pulled the trigger, but I was holding out for a little bit of a better price right there. Morning, Tim and Saeed. Morning. Top of the morning to you, my man. Top of the morning to you, Taylor. Top of the morning to you, my man. Back. Okay, that's where you've been. You were on the West Coast. My man. We are doing well. Best of luck to you today, man. Best of luck today. What's your best bet, Taylor? I know you like to... you're like one of the high volume guys. You've kind of mentioned you like to do the high volume, the plus EV. Let me know what your best bet today is. Well, I go ahead and fill you in on a free giveaway after we talk about going live on Twitter, which went live on Twitter today. Was notified by Brian that could be a way in which we could hang out again live on Afternoon Soccer Hang. So I tried it out this morning. Looked okay on my end. I'm kind of seeking some feedback from you guys. I got no comments, which is fine if nobody wanted to say anything on there, but I was kind of curious how that interaction would feel on X. I didn't really get to test that out, but other than that, I went live, I hung out. It looked like there were, a handful of people, over the course of the time, 75 in total, but a few, kind of continuously throughout. Let me know if you enjoyed that experience. Let me know if you think we can do that going forward. It seems like to me it's a viable option going forward, but the only thing I was missing was a comment. Maybe I turned them off accidentally, or hell, nobody said anything. Again, that's perfectly fine, but let me know. Let me know what you think about Twitter Live, and we'll see if we can incorporate those today and tomorrow while we're sitting back watching some soccer. Let's get to that free giveaway now. Free giveaway. Been a long time since we've done a free giveaway. Depending on how long you've been a part of hanging out here on Winning Bets, you remind me. Oh boy, somebody just knocked on our door. Hold on, somebody just knocked on our door. Give me a second. Let me see who's on our door. Hold on. Come in. Coming back. Ooh, shit. Sorry about that. Where were we? Oh, yeah. So if you remember this time last year, you guys remember? I always kind of like to fill you in on what I'm up to on the weekend. Remember I told you about hustling up the Hancock? That's where the Hancock is 96 stories tall, and you start off on ground zero and you go through the stairwell and you work your way up to the top. That's happening again this Sunday. So I'm going to go ahead and do it again. Here's the free giveaway. We'll give $100 to the person that can come closest to my time. And you can go over. This isn't the Price is Right around here. So don't do it on a live video because live comments are really hard to go back and see. So whether you comment on today's video, tomorrow's video, or Friday's video, go comment on what you think my time will be starting off at ground zero and working your way all the way up the top, getting to floor 96. I'll give you a little bit of a hint. Last year I got 16 minutes and 15 seconds, so that can, give you a little bit of a starting point. 16 minutes and 15 seconds is what I got last year. I think I trained more. Well, I don't think. I trained more last year. I was doing it with a buddy last year, so we were able to push each other in our training He's not doing it with me this year, so I'm going solo. So the training hasn't been as good as last year. Still work out on a mostly daily basis, but not stair climbing like I did last year. Also, this is different, obviously, than running a 5K, right? If I'm just running down the streets of Chicago and I want to pass somebody, just go around them easily. Well, now I'm in a stairwell. If you want to pass somebody, it gets kind of tight in these stairwells, right? The stairwell's only but so wide. They release each competitor every 30 seconds. It gets kind of bunched up in there. So that slows you up maybe than what you want to do. So, all right, that's about all the really, kind of, I think, helpful information that maybe I can give you. Obviously, the goal is to beat last year's time of 16:15. So there you go. We'll give $100 to somebody. They're the person that can correctly get the closest to the time. And if you're within 10 seconds, I'll add on another $100 and give you $200. So there you go. You got 3 days to go ahead and submit your entry for that. Don't comment on the live video. Comment on the video that just lays on the YouTube channel, where then we can have them all. And obviously, we'll cut the entry period off Saturday. We'll just go Saturday night. When I lay to bed, we'll cut the entry off, because somebody could go to the website, look at my time, and wouldn't be surprised if people do that stuff. So there you go. That's the free giveaway. $100 if you get my time the closest. An extra $100, make it $200 if you're within 10 seconds of my time. Hustle up to Hancock this Sunday. Cheer me on, boys. It was a lot of fun last year, and I certainly look forward to doing it again this year. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and throw out my bets. I'm going to go ahead and read y'all's comments. You got Arsenal, Liverpool, and a money line parlay today. Woo. That's definitely can't argue with that. Obviously, you can see one of our plays is Arsenal on the money line over 1.5. I'm not going to give a lot of analysis on the Champions League plays, because we talked about that yesterday with Matt. Gave these plays out yesterday with Matt as well. So everybody knows what I'm thinking. Everybody knows the stats behind it. I hear you. I'm kind of curious as to just what that what does that parlay pay out of just curiosity? Pays roughly even money. Okay, roughly even money. Not obviously not price checking, but yeah. I think Liverpool gets it done. I think it probably stays under the 3.5. We really want to wait for injuries and lineups. Salah is the big injury one on whether or not he's going to start or not. I actually think Liverpool's also going to keep a clean sheet. I put $5 of arbitrage. Well, I have a unit on it, just like yesterday's play, but in terms of publicly, I just got $5 on it. Liverpool clean sheet. I think they're going to go ahead and get it done. Luton's been scoring a ton on the road. In fact, they've been scoring a ton all season. So it'll be extremely sweaty. But I think Liverpool can actually keep a clean sheet today at home against Luton. They're not going to run up the score. They are definitely not going to run up the score. You're definitely not going to get Jota. You're definitely not going to get Darwin Nunez. Salah's the big one. If Salah starts, you're going to get Diaz, Gakpo, Salah. Pretty good. You're not going to get the subs that you're used to get, right? You're not going to take off Diaz and put on Jota. You're not going to get Darwin Nunez off the pitch and put on Cody Gakpo. Or you're not going to take off Nunez and throw on Gakpo. Now when you rest somebody, you're going to get 18-year-older Ben Doak coming into the game, or 19-year-old whatever the hell his name is. So the depth, they're not going to run up a team total. They're not going to win by a huge margin. Matt's best bet in this game is Luton +2. When I was on Twitter Live, I ran through it. Luton +2. 14 away matches this season. Cashed 10 times, pushed 2 times, and lost 2 times when Luton's been on the road. So Luton +2, I hear you. I kind of like a low-scoring game. I wouldn't bet the under 3.5. Just because if Salah starts, you could be in trouble. So I can't quite get there on betting the under, but I do like the under. And if I like the under, then yeah, I would expect Luton to probably cover a +2. That bet when Matt gave it out last night was -109. It's now -139. So people are certainly agreeing that this one's going to take low scoring, which gives Luton an opportunity to obviously cover the +2. I think most people probably think Luton's going to score. I think people probably disagree with me when they look up their fixtures this season. It's like, shit, they've scored a ton. I hear you. They have scored a ton. They didn't score at Old Trafford. I think that's a good comp. They didn't score at Old Trafford. I think Liverpool is going to go ahead and keep a clean sheet here. No, not for me. Oh, you're asking the chat. Gotcha. What's going on, Bill? You got Florida +8.5. A little NHL sprinkle on the Canadians' money line. Let's go. We did bring back the ladder challenge. Ladder plays don't make the card. Do not make the card. Sometimes they are the same play that is on the card as is today. I did use that Napoli-Barcelona play as my first ladder step here, as restarting it, but that's not always the case. So if you're playing the ladder, don't also put a unit on it, or maybe you do, whatever the hell you want, I guess, but that's not the way I do it. Sometimes the ladder plays will be different. It's a way to maybe sometimes give us an additional play, but to kick it off, yeah, it is Napoli-Barcelona. Let's climb it, Brian. Let's climb to the top of that sucker, just like we are on this coming Sunday when we get on up there. Plus 108 for your Arsenal-Liverpool parlay. I hear you. Let's do it. Let's do the ladder. Let's do it. We can even do a group ladder play where everybody kind of has some input. Let's do that the next time. After this one, I don't want to say crash and burns. After this one just ends, whether that's successful or a failure. Let's do it. Let's do a group one. I'm feeling that. Community ladder. I love it. Let's do it. We'll do it after this one. We'll do that one the next one. I like it. Let's talk about Leverkusen, though, because we haven't talked about those plays. This is a Friday play in the Bundesliga. Leverkusen taking on Mainz there. You got first place Leverkusen. Everybody knows about Leverkusen, right? The only team in the top 5 European leagues that hasn't even suffered a loss in any competition. They've just been on an absolute roll. They're taking on Mainz, which is in 16th place, which in the Bundesliga of 17 teams, that means they are in the relegation as a 16th place team. They've been dreadful all season long, minus 18 goal differential. I like Leverkusen to score in both halves, and also like them to obviously, cover their team total. They don't have any injury concerns. They've got Boniface, but he's been out for a few weeks when we've been backing Leverkusen, and Leverkusen has still been covering it. So I'll go ahead and take Leverkusen scoring in both halves and give me Leverkusen team total over 2.5 plus 107. And if you really want every bet I did in that game, you know it. If I think a team can score in the first half and they're a top-notch team going up against bottom feeder, as in this case, yeah, I'm on the first half team total too. I hit a little sprinkle there. So that's how we roll today. Complete mismatch of the Bundesliga. No injury concerns. Leverkusen hasn't played since last Saturday when they were involved in our money line parlay, and they don't play next until March the 3rd. Because remember, they got the first round bye in the Europa League, so they're sitting back and only playing once a week. Yeah, really good spot for them to just keep it rolling. So we'll go and back them twice. Scoring in both halves and give me that team total over 2.5. They're mowing everything down. Like nothing can stop them. Bayern comes into town. They dust Bayern 3-0. Like they're Xabi Alonso. They're on a mission. They're whipping ass, to say the least. So yeah, I got no problem. Obviously backing the best. We're getting the best versus relegation. I got no problem backing that. I got no problem doing 2 plays. You're talking a complete mismatch in every sense of the way. So yeah, I'll go ahead and pick that. And then, yeah, it's like once a week. They're going to be super fresh. No injury concerns. Yeah, I'm on it. So there we go. All right, boys. I think we will try and do the Twitter live. I think we'll try and do that hang, whether we do it today or tomorrow. That's my desire, and that's my hope is to do the Twitter live one of these next 2 days. And, of course, don't forget about the free giveaway. Comment on this video afterwards. My time to climb up the top of the Hancock building come this Sunday. See what I can get. 16-15 last year. I'm ready to beat it. Just to let you know. I haven't been training. Admittedly, I haven't been training like I was last year, but a competitor in me is ready to do better than last year of 16-15. So we'll see. Hopefully I don't get tied up. They get a little tied up last year trying to maneuver around people in the stairwell. They probably cost me 15. Probably could have gotten under 16 minutes last year. So, yeah. I don't know what time I think the games are at 2 and 1:30, just like yesterday. Yeah, games are at 2 and 1:30. So probably if we can do it today, probably start right at 1:30 because I'll be watching Liverpool Luton. Roll that into Champions League. If we have to wait until tomorrow, then we kind of get our pick, right? We can do the early slate of Europa League games, or we can do the afternoon slate of Europa League games. So today 1:32, tomorrow 2 be determined. We can kind of pick. If I'm looking at the slate, looks like the afternoon is the better of the games. The afternoon looks to have the better of the games, but yeah, we can visit that again tomorrow. 96. 96. Starting off at the bottom and going to 96. All the way to the top. All the way to the top. Last year, the local fire team on one of the stations around here, they had their whole staff, or I don't know what their whole staff, whoever was working that day or whatever, they did it in their fire gear. Like I said, they release a person every 30 seconds. So I didn't see them do it. I only heard about them doing it. But yeah, the local fire team here did it in all their gear, which is super impressive because it gets obviously really uncomfortable being in a stairwell. You don't have the air movement that you do on a run that's obviously outside. So it gets quite uncomfortable. Really impressive that they did the whole damn thing in their fire gear. Really, really impressive. So 96. Get your time on in there, boys. Get your time in. Let me know. $100 to whoever is the closest, whether you go over, under. Why don't you go over last year's time and be that? Don't you do that to me. Or do that. That's going to fire me up and give me probably more motivation. One entry, too. Don't put in 2 entries. 1 entry. This is like the NCAA. 1 sheet of integrity. Not 5 sheets where it doesn't matter what happens in a tournament. I got it on one of these 5 sheets. I predicted that one over there. Not that. 1 entry. 1 entry, 1 time. Let me know what you got. I think that's it, boys. I'm feeling good today. Feeling good. Even though we got cleaned out yesterday, a little bit of a tough luck right there. Look at the bounce back today. 2+ money plays. Get the week back on track. Back on track. All right, boys, that's how we'll do it. Go ahead and pull the plug right there. Good luck with all your bets today. I look forward to seeing you guys at the cash counter. Come on back for tomorrow. We'll roll out some more bets. Enjoy your Wednesday, boys. Have a good one.